Hi, boys and girls. It's Mrs. Leffler here. And today you are going to be working on a monumental rescue. You're going to come up with an idea to how to stop weathering erosion on a rock monument somewhere in the world. Here's our first example, the Sphinx Rock Monument. But first, let's review the rock cycle. So as you can see here, we're starting out with igneous rock. And it can be broken down by weathering and erosion. Weathering is when you break something down. And then once it gets broken down into sediments, as you can see right here, then it could be compressed to form sedimentary rock. That rock could be put underneath heat and pressure and turn to metamorphic rock. And then metamorphic rock could melt, become magma, and go back to igneous, creating the cycle of the rock cycle. But you notice that igneous rock could be weathered and eroded, and metamorphic rock could have weathering, and so can sedimentary rock. So when monuments are made of these, they can get damaged. Okay, so let's just think. Igneous rock comes from the hardening of lava or magma. Metamorphic rock has been changed by intense heat and pressure. And the last one, sedimentary rock, forms through the depositing and hardening of sediments. Now, what part do weathering and erosion play in the rock cycle? We talked about it a little bit, but if you remember, weathering is breaking down the rock. So it breaks it down into smaller particles. Erosion is carrying that away. So those smaller particles can form together to form something else. But weathering is caused by wind and water and Now, can you think of an example of when weathering and erosion have caused damage to structures or buildings? Here's some pictures here. There's cracks here or breaking down of bricks and stuff. It happens very often. Now, this is an example of one of the monuments. This is found in New Hampshire. This is the Man in the Mountain. You can see it's right here. You can see its forehead and eye and nose and mouth and chin. And it's been formed by water freezing and expanding and creating breaks in the rock to form this. So what would happen over time if more weathering takes place of this man? Well, he could disappear and become a faceless man, and he would be no more. So you wouldn't be able to visit him in New Hampshire. So we've got to come up with some ideas on how to keep him safe. And another monument would be this wall arch in Arches National Park. And you can see this is caused by weathering due to wind and other factors. So what can we do to protect this arch here so that it doesn't end up breaking off and becoming like that? So another example would be an actual building made of rock. And this is the Colosseum. It's made of travertine, and it has columns made of marble. Travertine is a sedimentary rock. Marble's metamorphic. And this is the way it looks now. This is found in Rome, and it is a building that was made in ancient Rome, and now it's had a lot of weathering. You can see it's causing a lot of trouble there. Now it's your turn to think. How might you propose to design a solution to address the issues of weathering on well-known rock monuments made of rock? What could you do? What are some things we could do? So here's the Sphinx. How could we get the Sphinx from not getting sandblasted by the wind? What could you do? So your challenge today, you will act as engineers who are asked to design a solution that prevents or mitigates the weathering and erosion of a famous monument. Now, the word mitigate means to make the problem less serious or less severe. It doesn't really change it from happening. It just makes it less. Okay, so this is what you're going to do. You're going to choose one monument made from rock that will be your main focus. Okay, and then you're going to design your solution to prevent or mitigate weathering and erosion. Now, you're not going to create a technical drawing or design, or you're not going to present it to the class. So we're just going to do these first two steps. Choose, and then we're just going to plan out a design just to get you thinking. Okay? All right. If you have questions, you can email me at stacy.leffler@gmail.com. Have a great day. I hope you enjoy this.